Wow, here we are. How's it going, Richie?
Yeah, not too bad, Tobes McGook. So, how's your day been?
It's been wonderful. It's been busy. There's been a lot of things going on, but I guess we need to address the elephant in the room. Obviously, this is Tosspot Radio, but
Yeah,
we're missing somebody.
yeah. To be honest, man, I'm really surprised. I haven't heard from Kaz since last week. He just suddenly ghosted me.
Yeah,
But my understanding is he's told other people that he's taken a mental health break or something. I don't know whether that's true. I don't know whether you've heard that, sir.
yeah. I mean, he what he told me was he needed a vacation, and I
Hmm.
think that's perfectly fine. In fact, I think that's a great thing for Kaz because it'll give him
Yeah,
some time to kind of clear his head, and he can come back fresh.
yeah,
Sort of maybe a brand new Kaz. And so I'm really excited. But, we had promised the viewers, the Tosspot media fans, an episode. So here we are. We really do. So we have a lot of things planned. It may not look like it, but we really do. And actually, I'm just trying to think how to say this. Like, I hope we can make a show that'll make Kaz proud today.
Oh yeah. Well, if anything, I mean, maybe this hasn't come across on stream that often, but if anything, we're fans of Kaz, right? This is why we're here, right? For him. But yeah, obviously he doesn't see that,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
an issue.
yeah. So okay, first off, I want to thank everybody for coming and watching. But I do see this Tosspot radios in the chat. I don't know if that's actually like Kaz. It can't be Kaz because he's on a vacation. So it's got to be another one of these people that's impersonating him, which is just disgusting at this point.
It's in all honesty terms, this whole area of the internet is sickening for how many people copy others. They try and be kind, for example, I've heard Kaz say this of you, right?
Yeah,
Apparently, that's not an image of you. Could have
yeah.
fooled me because when I met you in person, you definitely had a Freddie Mercury mustache. So.
Come on, I didn't. It wasn't that bad.
well,
It wasn't that gay.
well, no, mine was.
That's a different story. Anyway, so God, this I don't know this. I don't know if the mods might want to deal with this fake Tosspot radio because that is not Kaz. I've actually been talking to Kaz in the background. He's been in a really good mood, honestly, and so I'm really surprised.
And that's when your mic decided to shit the bed. You're really surprised, and yeah, yeah, really surprised that Kaz hasn't showed up when he was scheduled to show up. I imagine that's what you were going to say there, Tubbs. Because my understanding was that Kaz was going to arrive here. Um,
Yeah, I
and
think I'm
I, go on.
right now, Reggie.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the only explanation for a technical problem. I mean, this is a well-oiled machine.
yeah, it's
Hold on a second. Hold on.
go on, sir.
Okay, all right. This is fucked up. Apparently, Kaz is backstage right now.
He is. Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. Do you think? I mean, I don't understand what he's doing. He's supposed to be on vacation. Do you think we should let him on?
So we make him wait for a minute just to
Yeah, let's make him wait. Yeah,
like
let's do it.
teach him a little bit of a lesson.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
if you're late for a show, it's not a good sign, really, is it? Uh, depend if you ask me, terms, I think he might be a little bit drunk, but that's me like making
Yeah.
assumptions. It's a Friday night.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing. Like, usually if somebody's had a hard, work week, I could understand having a drink or two. But Kaz really, he's got to lay off of that alcohol. It's wrecking him. And if this is him in the chat, he sounds kind of drunk. So he's got to be sloshed at this point.
So, I mean, there's only one way to tell, right? I think we should bring him on and allow him to answer for his actions. Why he's late all of a sudden? Why he thinks that's acceptable to do? You know.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. Let me see. Let me see if I can talk. I'm gonna have a quick conversation with him backstage and make sure he's gonna come on here and not do something like porn bomb us or do something stupid.
Yeah, I didn't even consider that. See, I didn't even think he would be that vindictive. But let's
Yeah,
be honest, can't put it past him, right?
yeah. I mean, he needs to turn on his mic. I mean, his camera.
Kaz, turn on your camera.
Yeah, that's him. Holy shit, that is him. That is him backstage.
Wow.
Holy fuck.
Is he
Okay.
is he dressed at least, Turbs? Please
Yeah,
tell me.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
He's wearing one of his like usual outfits, basically.
Oh, okay, good. Hmm.
I just don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I wish that we had, um, well,
Somebody more engaging on screen at a time with you,
well,
Tubbs.
I just,
Sorry, mate.
um, I, no, I just don't want to say, okay, fuck it, let's bring it on. All right, guys. Like, first off, don't do any porn bombing. Don't do things stupid. Like, let's have a good, friendly, conversation. We're all friends here.
In
There's just
fact,
no
Kaz,
need.
I'll do you a favour. I will be quiet and allow you to say your piece straight from the bat.
Well, all right, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, everybody, I'd like to welcome Kaz here to Tosspot Radio.
Hi, Kaz.
Welcome, Kaz. How are you doing?
Shut up, stupid.
Whoa. I mean,
Jesus.
uncalled for, Kaz. Like, Jesus.
Wow. Okay. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm going to take him back off for a second. If he's going to be like that, let me take him off. I'll tell you what, Rochi, if you could,
Yes.
we have a list of topics we're going to talk about today, but if you don't mind, if you could give a little bit of an update on what's happening with the Joey C situation right now, and I'm going to have a little talk with Kaz backstage.
Okay, so while you're doing that, allow me to say my piece on the whole Joey thing. So Joey, weirdly enough, Wednesday, I didn't catch most of him what he was like today, but Wednesday he went on a little bit of a tear. It was weird. He did his morning show. He brought the morning show back this morning and just went ballistic today. He took people's wrenches. He's threatening to expose Doom for the imposter that he is. It's weird because a lot of people are being accused, or at least we've seen a lot of people in our own chat right now of accusing people of being imposters, for example. And he is on a spiral downwards. It's bizarre. And my understanding is that Joey's also been joining discords, threatening people on there as well. It's absolutely bizarre that Joey would think that he has what's the right phrase in the word, the authority or the intelligence to think that he's better than everybody else and treat everybody like shit and get away with it without somebody giving them a response or a reply back to that. And it's bizarre for me because obviously I watch Joey all the time, right? And I obviously do a show on Joey, and it's bizarre for me to think that Joey thinks that he has a real audience that tunes in to watch him rather than an audience that tunes in to watch him spurg. Is bizarre. Go on, sorry, go on.
Yeah, it is kind of weird, and I've sort of built a friendship with Joey since I was trolling him, and it was over the whole Melton thing, and I kind of thought that we had sort of buried the hatchet. And lo and behold, I mean, because actually, back it up a little bit, he's been singing my praises on his show, saying I'm one of his best friends, most trusted people, or whatever. But I'll be damned over this Doom thing. He's ignoring me. He's accused me of being Doom.
Well,
I mean, I'm just not used to. There's a lot of other allegations going on around about Doom right now, to be honest. And I don't really want to. I don't need any of that like Doom drama right now. But I'm getting dragged into it.
Yeah, well, it's weird. Which, no offense, Terp, sir, but I've seen you in real life. There's no way on earth you've got a better chest than Doom. I've said this numerous times. The best hits in the Doubleverse, but yeah, Joey won't take our word for that.
Yeah,
being serious.
I mean, they are undeniable. They are undeniable. So okay, I guess just the current status with that is he's threatened to strike some of Doom's content, or he has struck Doom's content.
Well, I think the threats out there. I don't know whether there's an actual strike, but I do know one thing. I don't want to give Joey any sort of clout. So therefore, as far as and again, I've reached out to ask her, and Doom hasn't actually replied to me yet. Has not given me a confirmation on whether that's actual fact as of yet. I'm just making that speculation because I noticed a certain video was up on the channel and then it wasn't. And me being me, I'm like, okay, clearly you know, you know me well enough, Turbs, right? Two and two together, I come up with
Mhm.
74. So
Oh, yeah, yeah,
therefore,
yeah, that's
Joey's
understandable.
striking people. But who knows whether that's entirely true at this moment?
Yeah. Well, hopefully somebody can kinda reason with him and get him to calm down. It just he's got a lot going on right now in his life because he's got
Mm.
I saw the stuff with Spider and, his girl, and that sucks to see. I can
I'll
imagine
be,
that's gonna cause a little bit of this.
if I can be honest and candid with you, Tubbs,
Yeah.
I thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
But the more I've watched In the Web with Spider, and when Christina's not there,
Yeah.
and how Spider is paying attention to his phone all the time. And then Christina said on a members only stream that the reason why Spider's not falling asleep, the reason why he looks down is
Mhm.
because Christina's texting him. And
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're kind of friendly with Joey at the moment. I don't want to like go
Well,
too heavy on him because
I I'm not it's
maybe
not attacking Joey to, like, look out for him, and tell him what's going on.
well, so okay, I'll be candid with you in terms when you're when you can't perform downstairs,
Y
in the trousers department. Maybe
Right,
your
okay.
wife will look elsewhere where somebody
Yeah,
can,
that's true.
and I think that's maybe what's been happening.
Oh, jeez.
Uh, yeah, so
I mean, they have you can't d like, I haven't seen chemistry like those 2 have on screen, Spider, and, his girl. Uh,
Christina, yeah,
yeah, Christina, but since I've saw Melton and Moody on screen, and I mean, that when you see people like that have that kind of chemistry, you kinda it makes you wonder, and I don't understand how Joey hasn't seen this himself, and, you know, so but I still think he's probably genuinely surprised when he sees these videos of them kissing, but I don't know. I looked at there's a lot of them going around. I haven't looked at them all, but there was one that I looked at, and I mean, I gave it a really good look, and that's not bullshit. That's a real video. I don't know if it was part of some joke. Maybe it was all a joke, and maybe this is some joke to be, to get it, pull one over on us. But I mean, they're really together. It seems like to me.
yeah. The reason why I googled there is because I was thinking, well, Joey was recently just looking after somebody's dog as well, and I know that Melton likes to, show moody pictures of his dog. Uh, maybe that's maybe that's a sign of love between two men. I don't know. I'm not that way inclined. I mean, I wish Kaz was here to like say something on that because I believe Kaz might be more familiar with that community than I am.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we could bring him back. I don't know. He seems like he's in a bad mood. I think that is him in the chat, and it's kind of stupid to be in chat and say you're not here. We just pulled you up screen and on screen, and it is you. So it's sort of stupid. I don't know. It's a dumb bit, but I don't know. We can bring him back if you want, but
Yeah, well, I mean, we could
he's
try, but
he's
there's
he's
no
throwing
guy.
obscenities in the private chat, which makes it
Yeah.
really sort of obnoxious.
The worst thing about that, Tabs, is there's more messages in the private chat than there is in comments on YouTube.
Yeah,
It's a little
yeah,
bit scary. Like, you need
yeah,
to calm down there, Kaz. Like, jeez.
yeah. I don't know. But sort of one last thing on this Joey situation. Do you think is it possible that Spider and Christina are engaging in a fake romantic relationship to like as a bit to like generate interest in the show? I mean, Joey C's known for kind of like doing dumb stunts. And do you think he would use his wife in that way to like generate views in the show?
Wait, Tabs, are you saying Spider, when he come to visit the Catalanos in Florida, and Christina and Spider did a live stream with the blow up bed behind them, that was all a like bit for them, for Joey and Christina to try and make us trolls think that they were having an affair, when in actual fact this was all set up by Joey in the first place. Like that's an interesting move. I hadn't even considered that,
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
and I think you might be onto something there. In which case, I'm a little bit bummed out because you could have convinced me that Spider was clearly, yeah. I mean, Christina said it herself. She's been messaging Spider, right? I mean, why on earth would a grown woman be messaging somebody? I know she said this before. That's her son, but and we're all creeps for saying it. But the last time I remember Spider talking about his age, he's 32. So, like, yeah, it's a bit of a weird thing to
hmm
call a man at the age of 32 your son. It's a little bit creepy. Yeah.
yeah. Well, it's a sad tale. I mean, it really is a sad tale. But I'll say this, like, even though it sucks for everybody involved, probably it is the most interested I've seen a lot of people in, um, in the whole Joey situation. So maybe he can turn this, shit sandwich into something really nice. But I definitely people are getting more interested in it. So I don't know.
It's,
I mean, maybe
it's funny
maybe,
you
maybe
say
it's
that.
not a bit, but it might have the same effect. I don't know.
Well, it's funny you say that, Tubbs. I turned him on earlier today, like, before I was prepping to do this, of course, because, you know, I thought, help my fellow countryman Kaz out, but obviously he's on one today, and I noticed that Joey started off the show with the same amount of views he normally gets, which is 40 viewers, and then I look again like 20 minutes later, and he's got 160 live viewers. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? So to your point, maybe it has generated more viewership for Joey,
Yeah.
and maybe it was a good move for him to, as you just said, come up with this fake bit. Who
Yeah. I
knows?
mean, sex sells. I mean,
Yeah,
there's no doubt about it.
mm. It explains why Kaz is holding this
Hmm.
gay gun. I don't know.
Hmm. Yeah. So I mean, okay, let's talk about the cat situation a little bit more here. So,
Yeah.
obviously, before he went on this vacation, he was actually like kind of riding high and was actually doing really well. You had two songs that were released. You had Peterborough Nights, which really is taking the country by storm. I mean, a lot of people over in America probably don't realize, but Peterborough Nights, like you can walk down the street and hear people humming Peterborough Nights. It's very distinct. And, I mean, that's the kind of thing that like I don't think Kaz ever set out to be a rapper, but he's doing it, you know. And
Do-
so what worries me is, some people handle success differently. And I mean, look at what happened to like Britney Spears. She
Oh,
got, she was doing really well. But I think that success and the fame kind of got to her. And I'm worried that's sort of happening to Kaz.
well, it's funny you say that, because we know that Kaz has a lovely haircut. So I hope Kaz doesn't follow Britney Spears's suit, I suppose, because obviously she shaved her hair off one time, obviously going through a manic
Yeah.
phase. To your
Yeah.
point, Peterborough Nights is normally always being played, apart from when obviously the call for prayer is being played. It's bizarre. So I don't know whether Kaz can confirm it's the same in his area of the country, but it certainly is in mine. Um,
Yeah. And then, I don't know if have you heard the song Still Kaz yet? The second single?
I must admit and be honest with you, Tubbs, I heard it once and I didn't go back to listen to it again because that first song, Peterborough Nights,
Yeah. Yeah.
got stuck in my head for so long. I couldn't do it to myself. Um, but I mean, I've looked on the YouTube, the views are, doing quite well. But I think that first song was a banger. I mean, I can't wait for the album release, to be honest with you, if I'm being truthful.
Yeah. So I guess,
Hmm. As your mic just cut out there, sir, if you wasn't aware, I don't know whether you could sort that or whether that was on purpose. As you can see there, Kaz, I know you're backstage and you can hear me say this. This is how you would do a show. You would tell the person you're on screen with that their mic isn't working, rather than flandering around trying to light a cigarette. Um, yeah, you could argue that I'm flandering right now and just saying words for the sake of it. But until Turbs can get his mic sorted out, that's exactly what I'm going to do to stop any dead air, as they would say, Kaz, right? Isn't that a radio term? Yeah. I've been doing it since I was 18 too. Mm. Are you back, sir? I'll take that as a no because I can't hear you audibly. So try again there, Tubbs. Mate, Kaz, are you trying to... Tubbs, is Kaz fucking around with your audio? Has Kaz got access to your StreamYard? Hey, Kaz,
yeah,
like,
this is,
there you go. Well, you were back. He's done it again. Kaz, if you're messing around, stop messing around because I'm only a guest here, so I can't see the back end of StreamYard. I assume Kaz has access to that, right? Because he was part of the show. Um, are you back, Turbs? Has he stopped messing around with your mic yet, sir? Jake Hudson, allow me to, while I'm vamping, to answer your question, sir. I've not watched wrestling for many years, but yes, I think Lex Luger would probably end up in the Hall of Fame. All right, Kaz, you're back. Would you like to explain what you just did to Turb's mic?
I hacked Turbs McGurk's account, you fucking faggots.
Kaz, why would you do that? Jesus Christ. See, this is why so many other people, while they're backstage trying to help Kaz out, has stopped. Because the guy is incompetent. This isn't part of the show, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't in the production notes that I was sent. Nowhere did it say, oh, Kaz will do a bit where he messes around with people's mics. Absolute jerk. Uncalled for.
Yeah, like it's such bullshit. Like I went and looked at my router, and I'm absolutely going through a DDoS attack right now. It sucks.
So a person that would claim, as Kaz has done in the past, right, that people were doing the same thing to him, that's what he's doing now. That's because he thinks it's funny.
That's right.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's fucked up. But it is what it is with Kaz, I guess. Anyway, so I think before we were rudely like taking off, obviously the hope is we get the record to come out, and we'll see where it goes. It's just it's a matter of how much is Kaz willing to get behind the project and not let it get to his head and fuck it up.
So what you're saying there, Turbs, is Kaz should stop allowing other people getting behind him and actually get behind it himself for the first time in his life. Yeah. I think he should do that as well. But Kaz, also get out the chat, Kaz. You were on screen just now.
Yeah, stop it, Kaz.
Behave yourself. Like Turbs will bring you back. Like, come on.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll let's see. I'll bring Victoria on. She's actually in the back. Maybe she can help us.
Hey guys.
Hey, what's up, Victoria?
How are you?
Wonderful.
Good. Just be aware. Sorry, Tubbs.
Yeah, go ahead, please. Yes.
Just be aware, Victoria. Kaz is backstage, obviously messing around with people's mics. Thankfully, I don't know whether Tubbs has done this trick. If you run your mic through OBS, that actually works. Like, you won't be able to mess around with your mic. Just be aware of that.
Yeah, I don't get why you just can't come on and be like cool, like just participate in the show.
It's a mystery, if you ask me, Victoria. It's almost as if he's playing games. He thinks it's funny for him. It clearly isn't funny for the audience. Clearly isn't funny for me or Turbs or yourself for that matter.
Right. Well, I'd like him just to like be for real for once. Like tell us on on the show, what are your true feelings on me? What are you? Do you hate us or like are we friends? I don't know. It's just always a game. Like I never know where I stand with him.
Well, I mean, let's bring him on and see if he'll talk. That's the.
Okay, that sounds good.
Let's see. Oh, there he is. Hey, Kaz. I guess he's doing the silent treatment.
Kaz, this is not just a visual medium; it's also an audio medium as well, sir. So just raising your eyebrows isn't doing the trick.
Stupid.
And smoke.
There he is.
Hey.
What was that, Kaz?
It's weird.
Oh, and now you like your fag, right? Okay.
Yeah. What a jerk.
Okay, behave for a minute and let me think about that.
Okay.
What? Okay, I guess he wants to think about it. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Anyway, we'll give him some time. Anyway, so let's actually backstage. So one of the big things we're working at Toss About Me, obviously everyone knows about Deepak. We've hired Deepak. He's great. Yeah. He's actually backstage. He's not going to come on screen, but he's got a little bit of a message, a hello to everybody. So let's hear from Deepak.
Hello, my friends. Thank you all for coming today. Very much happy, very much grateful for all support. Tosspot Media, very good job, best job. I work hard, I learn much, and every day is great day. Boss man, Turbs McGurk, he is very strong, very
Stop
smart,
mocking him.
Good man. He make Tosspot Media #1. I believe, I know this company will be biggest, best media company in whole world. Yes, very best. Now, sorry, my friends, I must go. Much work to do. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, thank
Shut
you,
up,
Deepak.
stupid.
So I'm going to butcher his name, Tubbs. That was Deepak. Sorry, what was that?
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. It's Deepak. Yeah, he's
Yeah, he's
Good line. I liked it.
oh,
okay. All right. Well,
makes a change, Kaz. It's the first positive thing you said all show.
My God,
Congratulations, well
so
done.
much work. So
yeah,
it's good to have
yeah.
a little positivity.
yeah. So okay, I guess like let's sort of we're going to give Kaz a fresh start here on the show, and let's forget about some of the stuff we've talked about, and let's actually talk about something else. So we all know there's been a couple of other little big things happening. We talked about the Joey C stuff, but you've got Franklin Sheckler. There's that drama. And I don't know if there's been anything new the past couple of days. So maybe that story sort of played itself out, but that there's out there. And here's something that a lot of people probably don't know about. And we have to be very careful when we talk about it, but it's the Whitney's tits situation.
Mhm. Yes.
And I don't know how many people in the chat even know who Whitney's tits is, but and it's like, where do you even start when you describe the situation? But Whitney's tits, she's a super chatter. Well, not a super chatter. Well, how would you if you were describe Whitney's tits in like a couple of words, how would you describe her?
Oh, someone who clings on to every like fringe community, right? And I wouldn't
Yeah.
just say it's not just the Doubleverse, right? It's
It's a lot. Yeah, she's everywhere, it seems
a
like.
lot of spaces, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. The thing about her is I think she's at her, like, she tries to be a nice person, but she's so stupid that she like kind of gets herself in some of these just ridiculous situations that are almost, we'll get into what happened recently, which was pretty terrible, but I don't know if she's like sets out to be a bad person or not, but she does so many like stupid things and like tries to cover her ass that it ends up looking very malicious. And I don't know if she's necessarily that kind of person, but I don't know. She sucks, but I guess let's talk about what happened. So, okay. So there's probably a lot of words we can't say, but she made geez, I don't know how to describe this. I wish Hulk were here because he could describe her a little bit more eloquently than I can.
So I'm to help you out here, Tubbs. I believe there was accusations made by her of certain people, and again, you said we can't say certain words. Where, like, I believe on other shows, people have used the word grape.
Oh my God.
There you go, grapes. Yes, there's a
Yeah,
grape. A bucket.
Again, I don't know too much on that situation because I wasn't privy to said information. But if that allegation is out there,
But not just that, right? Like she was taken. Like, wasn't there a kidnap assertion? Like she started a live stream right at a bar, and then it's like a group
You
of
just chime
bikers.
in really quickly, but could you repeat that, please? Thank you.
Sorry. Okay.
sorry, Victoria. I believe Kaz wants you to say the word grape.
Oh, grape.
It's really,
Good line. I liked it.
okay. All right, whatever, guys. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Sorry, let me vamp because obviously Tubbs is keep getting muted by Kaz. I hope you're finding this funny, Kaz, because we're not.
Okay, this is fucking podcast. Anyway, so we're just going to ignore that happen. Okay, so she makes okay, so she's on her Discord. She has a Discord server. This is my understanding, and she goes live a couple nights ago. I guess maybe about last weekend.
Yeah,
She goes live, and I think it's safe to say she didn't get the following that she thought she needed or wanted. And by that, I mean, like, she had 1 to 2 viewers max the whole time. And I think I think I may know who the 2 viewers were, like, to give you an idea, and so she had sort of a meltdown is what we think happened. And she posted in her Discord a series of messages that I really can't repeat here, but, or maybe there's a creative way to say it. There's a group of gentlemen there that were bikers that were going to help me here about you. Is it toss some grapes? I don't know what the phrase would be here, but they
Mm,
were going to as a collective group, a bushel of grapes with her,
mm,
and that people needed to hurry and get into the voice chat. Like essentially, the only way you could save her would be to get in the voice. I mean, I get the voice chat. Excuse me. Get on the live stream and watch. Like, heaven forbid, these bikers are unreasonable people, but they will stop the grape stuff if you can get your view count up to like 5 or 10.
If she gets enough watchers, right?
Just say it again.
If she gets enough watchers,
Right. Yeah, there's scumbags that eat grapes, but they're really excited about good view count numbers. So so she posts all that, and what happened is she deletes it. And so what I think is probably a very reasonable, fair assumption is that in the period of time that she posted that to where she deleted it, people saw it and were probably freaking out and understandably, like blowing up her DMs. Maybe if people had her phone number, they were calling her, calling friends. I mean, it was bad. It was like, she's pleading for help, and the only solution was not call 911. By the way, she had her phone there. She could have called 911 right then and said, "Hey, these people are trying to give me grapes," but no, she went the route of, well, maybe I can impress them with my view count, and they won't do it. And so I think she panicked because people were like freaking out, and so she deletes all those messages, and
as your mic just cut out, like either your mic's cutting out or Kaz is doing that trick again. And as I say that, he raises his eyebrows. Of course, it's Kaz.
He's trying to be cheeky.
Fucking around. Kaz, look, it wasn't funny.
Out, you fucking faggot.
Again.
We're talking about
okay. That's
Nick.
Sorry
anyway,
It's just leaving. Make content without me.
Oh, main character.
Wow,
that's the right thing to do.
Well, we'll bring him back. He'll come back. He always comes back. So anyway, so here's where it gets really interesting, Victoria. You may not know this, but so depending on which version of her story, either she would have gone from the bar essentially, and I'm going to skip a few things. Like, so some people know the story and be like, I'm leaving stuff out, but there's really just too much. She either goes home or goes to her boyfriend's, or she's abducted from the bar immediately. Like any three, it's like pick a story. She said them all at this point. And so, obviously if she gets abducted from the bar, then that's the sort of into, what happens next. But the other version of it is she goes either home or to her boyfriend's, and then goes on another stream. I guess she had a thirst for streaming, and it wasn't successful at the bar. So she goes and appears on Badcore. That you know who Badcore is, right?
Oh yeah, the rockabilly dude.
Yeah. She goes on his stream of all streams, which granted, like that stream sucks. He sucks, but infinitely more popular than her, and infinitely and more likable too. Like, I would rather hang out with him than Whitney any day.
Yeah, he's a loser but likable. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
so if I'm getting the story correct, so she was claiming that if she didn't get enough viewers, that something bad was about to happen. She then decides to go on somebody else's stream.
That's correct.
So she only went there because that person had more viewers. Is that what I'm led to believe, or is that just circumstantial?
Yeah. I mean you nailed it pretty much. I mean,
you do with the information what you will. We just have what happened. We don't know her motivations.
Well,
yeah, I guess this is as good as mine. And so, but the timing of this is really interesting because she goes on that gentleman Badcore stream at like 4:30 in the morning her time, which is like pretty late. But so obviously, are not make a lot of sense. The first story. Because obviously, I mean, how are you going to like get abducted from the bar, have all that happen, and then go get on a stream and be like happy and sober? It just doesn't make sense. And so that's where you get to sort of the next sort of choose your own story, or choose your adventure story. So she then would have gotten after she went to her boyfriend's house or her house, they decide at like 9 a.m. in the morning to go back and meet up with those guys and go to the like biker guys party, which is just an absurd like premise to begin with. Like who goes home and then like, after they were threatening to do all this to you, right? Like, so you've had where they threaten to do it over the viewership thing. You then go home or go to your boyfriend's, and then you decide to go back and meet up with the guys that were threatening you over views. I guess maybe she's going to take like bad core, like say, hey, listen, I get what happened. The bar sucked. I only had like 1 to 2 viewers, but hey, I went on bad cores and we had 6. Like, I guess that's like what she was going to do is her like sort of entry into the party. I don't know. It's very strange.
Yeah, why would you, again, it seems to me like she was lying in the first place, because why would you go back to a group of people that you were accusing them of about to do something that's repugnant? Like, why would you
Mm-hmm.
like associate with those people again? It makes no sense whatsoever. It's almost like what
Might
Kaz is
be
doing
lying.
right now.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry,
what?
Victoria, say that again, man. Sorry.
No, it's like almost like it might not be true.
Yes.
Right. Well, there is that. There is that.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking right now. It's almost like what Kaz is doing currently right now. I know the producer backstage, Turbs, said in the private chat, Kaz, stop muting
Yeah.
Turbs, because he's now spending
deep-
time unmuting Turbs to make sure that his audio is fine, because Kaz is messing around backstage, because for some reason he thinks that's a funny bit to do. But again, it's just ruining the show.
Yep.
It seems to
Deepak is pissed.
I
It
bet.
seems to be a running thing with Kaz to sabotage anything he's on. It's at this time, at this point, we season 3 now, I believe.
Yeah, the season 3 premiere.
Yeah, so like
We're having to build it back up on a new channel.
by now, like that bit's not funny anymore.
Yep.
Like, all right, season 1, the host of the show, he's
Right.
sabotaging his own show. That's a
Right.
funny bit. Well done, Kaz.
Right.
Electrocutes himself. The 11th
Yeah,
time.
yeah, exactly. Like, so now by season 3, like, move on, like, progress with the story. Stop being stuck in the same position you are before. But sorry, Tabs, I got off track.
No. I thank you for saying that, because I'm thinking these things, but at some point it's like, I've realized with Kaz, I'm not the best messenger to like deliver reason to him, and so it's got to be somebody else. And so I appreciate you saying that, Rich. I mean, I think you're probably speaking for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's bizarre to me. I think to myself, why is he again? It's the one thing I'd never said this about Kaz before on a show, but if you want to be part of this corner of the internet, the Dabbleverse or whatever, don't do a stuttering John, and this is what he's doing.
Right.
Like, get out your own way,
Yep, I agree.
We were talking about something else rather than Kaz, and I hate to make it about him, because that's why he's doing it for, to get the attention on him all the time.
Of course. Always about the attention.
Mhm.
But like, I don't know. Hopefully, I was very hopeful coming into the show. I thought we would have like a nice, peaceful show. We, talk over a few things, and then maybe Kaz would come back after sabbatical and see like, okay, here's the sort of what they've done, and I can come in and add this, and we kind of take it to the next level. But if this is him in chat, and and he's doing this on stream, he's maybe worse than before, ironically.
Well, it's weird, right? To your point, yeah. So he's going to have a vacation, a holiday, to get his head straight, and that obviously was a joke on us, I guess, because he's clearly back to the same old him.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't changed,
right? More the games, like the unmuting but not saying anything, and we've. How many times are we going to go through this?
Yeah.
I mean, again, I want to be mean to him, but I'm surprised he's lasted 39 minutes with being here in StreamYard without falling asleep.
Yeah, he's raging in the background. I don't like. Sometimes I wish we could do like a live look in, where we didn't have to hear the audio, because he's clearly yelling at Deepak. Like he's yelling at Deepak, and Deepak's typing to him. It's really weird. And like Deepak's wife keeps like peeking over his shoulder to see what the fuck's going on. But it's just weird. And but we can't do this live. It'd be great if we could do a live look in, but no audio, because I'm sure it would get the stream flagged.
Yeah, you got to be careful too, because if you do that, Turbs, I imagine I wouldn't put it past Kaz, like, showing something he shouldn't. I mean, that's where I got this screenshot from, by the way. Was Kaz showing things that he shouldn't be showing, obviously.
Oh, you mean like My Little Pony merchandise?
Yes, I mean, to be honest, mate, I'm surprised that he was able to buy such a thing in the UK.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, what are the laws? Is that legal? It seems like
who knows? I mean, let's be honest, Kaz has told us, off the air, some of the non-legal things he doesn't, that's not allowed in this country, and it's a
Oof.
long growing list as well, by the way. I might add.
Yeah, and it seems that he surrounds himself with people of very dubious nature.
Mm.
Always talking about like gypsies, guys, and people who have access to chemicals, and doing very, very scary things to other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nails, in the spines, things like that.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about one other thing. I guess this would be a good time to do it because I see Muttering Jay is in the audience. So good to see him. So okay, another little drama came up. This involved Kaz, and I didn't really want to talk about it because I don't want to have Kaz getting any more like trouble than he is with people. But Kaz had a little bit of a dust up with Will Heron.
Oh,
I don't know if you saw that. Yeah, Kaz was on his Toss Radio account,
oh.
and apparently he was tweeting out pictures of Will Heron with cheerleaders and, making fun of Will Heron for it. And which, Will Heron seems like a nice guy. I don't know really too much about him other than he's a news broadcaster or weatherman, something like that. I don't know. Is he a weatherman officially? Is that his official title?
I think you're correct, Herb. So I thought he was just a local news broadcaster, but
Yeah, he calls himself newsman, but what does he do? He does the weather. Yeah.
yeah, I believe that's correct, and local weather too. So it's not like he's made it up the ladder to do national weather. Again, well done, Kaz. Funny bit. It's typical, right? So as soon as like the producer backstage, I can't pronounce his name, sorry, sir, but as soon as he's busy with his wife for 2 seconds, Kaz takes advantage by muting Turbs.
And yeah, it's always the games with cats.
Yeah. Apologies for this, Victoria, because again, we can't go 5 minutes without talking about Kaz while we're trying to move along to try and help him out a little bit by doing an actual show.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, he's finally
now he's here. Yeah, well done, Kaz. What have you got to say for yourself?
Yeah.
Not forget everything I said earlier. I can't hold it in anymore. I tried to be the bigger man. I tried to let it go, but I can't because the more I think about it, the less any of this makes sense. Who the hell is Will Heron? I've been looking into it, yeah?
Mm.
Digging deep. I asked my mate to Google the fuck out of him, and I'm telling you right now, this man isn't real. Oh, sure, you see him on TV, standing in front of that little blue screen, pointing at clouds. But is he really there? Why don't you go outside and do the weather? I don't think so. Because here's the thing. No legitimate television station, no proper broadcasting network is letting that guy anywhere near a pack of cheerleaders. I mean, come
Jesus.
on.
Because you're just
Well,
jealous.
What?
I'm shocked.
He
Kaz,
just
that is like
wandering off the street and they handed him a weather map. Yeah, mate, just stand there. Try not to look too sweaty. The forecast is mostly sunny, but also deeply unsettling. And you expect me to believe he's a
Jesus.
professional?
Well,
That he went to university for this? Studied meteorology?
Okay.
Bollocks. If you asked him to explain the Coriolis effect, he'd start talking about a brand of shampoo.
Oh God.
You retarded, Will. And another thing, his name, Will Heron. That's not a real name. That's a name generator name. That's the name you get when you hit randomize on a grinder name generator. I don't know that from personal experience. I'm just saying what my mate told me. Well, and don't even get me started on his hair or his teeth or the way he smiles like he knows something we don't. I don't trust it. I don't trust him.
Wow.
So yeah, I take back my apology and I double down. No, triple down.
Oh shit.
I'm not just suggesting
shit,
Will Heron is
okay.
dodgy. I'm saying right now with my whole chest that this man is some kind of weather reading industry plant and I demand answers. Who let him on TV? Who let him near those cheerleaders? How deep does this go? I will not rest until we get to the bottom of this. Mark my words. And fuck the forums and nicer podcasts, stupid.
Okay. Jesus Christ, Kaz.
wow. So
Wow. Fuck that. Okay. No. No, we're not starting.
Well-
This isn't not what we're doing. We're not starting
Yeah,
beef
I
over
mean,
the forums.
like the end of that was like it's weird. Even when Kaz, we got the real Kaz, right? For a
Yeah.
change, he was funny. I was shocked. Like, whoa, this is why we said that he should do a show, because he's genuinely funny. And then he goes and ruins it at the end
I know.
by swearing.
Yeah, it like fucks over the people who've been nice to him.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
get
I
it.
mean, like I'm still shocked that Kaz made me laugh on stream. That's
Yeah,
the first time this ever happened.
No, I
Like,
mean that's the sharpest I've ever heard, Kaz. And it's like, but dude, come on, don't end it with like starting shit with the forums or the nicer podcast stupid people. Like they're all right, they're good people.
well, it's weird. It's almost like Kaz is like really passionate about he, him, Will Heron. It's
Yeah,
It's being so
bizarre.
jealous though, or something, right?
Yeah,
jeez, it's crazy.
bizarre.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know where that came from. So I do know. So long story short, to finish it before Kaz started fucking with me and then comes on to complain about Will Heron. You know, he had this dust up Will Heron. Will Heron was a little upset with him, and Kaz apologized. And I guess that's him. Like I don't know where it came from, but that's him. I guess just totally disavowing his apology.
Yeah, I guess that meant nothing. What the hell?
Yeah. Well, geez. I don't know.
Well,
I mean that.
Well, we've seen that before, though. He vacillates between, he's nice and apologizing, and then he's scorched earth. So you never know which chaos you're going to get.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. We have someone else backstage. Now, this is probably where it's probably one of Kaz's friends going to porn bomb us. So let's bring him on here. Oh no.
Oh,
Is it Ian Hawk?
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, man?
Not much.
nice
Did you
profile pic.
first off, could you explain that profile picture?
Oh, this is my buddy Nathan. I think he goes by Natclo 2.0.
Oh Jesus.
We were building blanket forts the other day, and he took a sexy photo.
Okay.
Wait, Kaz is back. Oh yeah, quite convenient, Kaz. Well done. Yeah.
I didn't bring him back up. Maybe that must have been Deepak. Or maybe Kaz did it.
Well, maybe Kaz is just as passionate about Nat Club 2.0 as he is about Will Heron.
He's going to give him a good what for.
I'm surprised. I got here a little bit before Toss went off just a second ago, so it was nice to hear him invigorated.
Yeah, it was bizarre. Like again, who knew that Kaz was so passionate about Will Heron? It's bizarre. Yeah. Kaz, what say you? Try silent treatment again. Again, like I explained to the audience earlier, this is
Okay. Behave for a minute and let me think about that.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Siggy always helps.
I fucking can't stand that, Chloe. Is he some kind of faggot?
Yeah, Natclo is some kind of faggot. Actually, that's pretty funny that you would say that.
Yeah, but he loves Toss.
So, sorry, Kaz, I'm probably going to cut you off in a second. The last time I heard Natclo 2.0's name was when I was watching BYB and they had Mersh on. And
Mr.
Mersh-
Mother, please check your DMS.
Oh, sorry. That's Deepak. I guess Ian, you missed it. Deepak is here. He's in the back.
Oh, hey, what's up, Deepak? I've been meaning to talk, meet up with you. I'm glad to meet you for the first time, man.
Yeah. So, sorry. Let me check my DMs real quick. You guys keep talking. Hold on a second.
Yeah. Rochi, you were saying you heard about Natclo the other day?
Yeah, so I don't know whether somebody made a super chat or something talking about Natclo 2.0 or whether he himself did a super chat, but I just heard Mersh accuse the guy of like sending unsolicited dick pics to women in Mersh's chat, and I was like, whoa, because I generally forgotten about Natclo 2.0. I thought he was a clipper at one point.
Yeah, I thought he was too. And then when I confronted him about what Mersh had said, because it's such a weird thing to send females unsolicited dick pics. But Natclo defended himself by saying they weren't his own dick, so he's in the clear.
So he used another man's dick pics.
Yeah, he was trying to catfish women by sending them other dudes' dick pics.
Oh,
He's in the good guys. It's all clear. It was a misunderstanding on our parts.
I believe that's what Kaz has tried to say before about himself, actually, as a defense, by the way, like, I'm not an evil person, I don't do those types of things. It was somebody else, you know.
Yeah, hopefully Kaz gets this. I'm glad Kaz is here and then hanging out with us. Hopefully he gets his mic situation dialed down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I see he just lit up a fag.
lots of fags have been. That's probably his like. What do you think his fag count is for this show, Reggie? We've been watching for a while.
247,
It's
so I believe.
it's a lot of.
As
God damn.
I've been told in the chat, apparently Joey C's arrived in Discord again.
Oh, great! Wow.
So no coincidence, right? Somebody's been watching and noticed that certain people ain't around the Discord and they pop back into the VC. Quite convenient.
Hi, Mr. McGurk. I am sorry to interrupt. Can I say something?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, sure.
Go
By all means.
Hey, Mr. Hawk. Sorry, I was dealing with some issues with Kaz backstage. It is nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man. Good to hear from you.
That's really cool.
That was nice.
Very polite. I'll be honest. Be honest here, Mr. Hawk. Have you ever been treated so kindly by someone on a podcast?
Honestly, no, but I don't know if this is racist or not, but Indian people are very polite. I've always met really polite Indian people.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, so Deepak has been he's been doing a couple of things. He's got some questions, I think, for some of the people here on the panel that he's taken them from, I think, chat or DMs or something like that. Let me see here. Hold on a second.
Mr. Roachi, we have a question from a viewer.
Oh.
May I ask you this important question?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Oh, wow, okay.
Okay, Mr. Rochi, but Pirate 6969 asks, what's the worst place you've ever had to take an emergency dump?
Oh, that's a very good question. Unfortunately, it was while I was around a old friend's family's house, and when it's a bad house, when you walk in the front door and there's dog mess on the floor and dog wee, and then you suddenly realize that you're about to number two on yourself, and you're like, oh, I have to go to the toilet, and you
Shut up,
hoping.
stupid.
Well, she's all right, Cass. I'll let you. Do you want to answer that question, Cass? For me?
Dick.
Go on.
I swear you live for bad takes.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So abrupt.
Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry, Richard. Keep going.
Oh, well, so I end up walking in the toilet, and as you can imagine, I was on quick description of the house. The toilet was worse than the front entrance, which had dog feces and dog wee-wee in it.
Mr. McGurk, I am so sorry to bother you, but my wife does not let me speak to women without her being there watching, and she is
Okay.
outside. Can you kindly ask Miss Victoria to check her DMs?
Oh,
Yeah, Victoria. This is where Deepak is asking me to have you check your DMs.
okay, absolutely.
Yeah, thanks. Anyway, sorry, Reggie. Keep on. If there's any more.
Well, I was going to say that the toilet was a mess, and unfortunately, I had to make it even worse. And that was the first time I learned that I could defecate while standing up.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, okay. So we're gonna wrap this up.
That's the worst you had?
Well,
Yeah, honestly, I didn't want to go into too much detail. That's the worst I've had, apart from actually shitting myself.
I once, in the middle of winter in Oregon, I once ran behind a library in a park and took a diarrhea shit in the middle of the snow.
Oh,
Didn't wipe my ass, put my underwear back on, and walked home.
oh, God. Was the underwear wet?
I don't remember. I was like a 10, 11. I just remember having to go take a shit and being in the park. When you got to shit, you got to shit.
I would love Kaz to answer this question. I know he was in the chat earlier saying he wants to answer, so I wonder what Kaz's story is.
And he
yeah,
probably,
I'd be curious
much
to
worse.
find out too. Kaz, like, feel free to answer it if you want. I mean, it's up to you, dude.
I took a huge shit on Jelly Roll last weekend.
Oh, that's not Kaz.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Did he say shit on Jelly Roll?
Yeah, holy shit. Oh,
Damn.
whoa. Oh,
But do you know what happened there, Turbs? Kaz had written that in the private chat. That's why I said it. I
Yeah.
wanted Kaz to say it on stream, and obviously Deepak went to say
Yeah.
that for Kaz. Obviously, getting Kaz back for muting your mic all the time.
Yeah, that was exactly what it was. Thank you. I'm sorry I interrupted. That was really rude. Sorry about that. Well, maybe Kaz will answer it later. Let's see. Well, hold on a second. Are there any other questions?
Mr. McGurk, I am terribly sorry to do this, but we have another viewer question. This one is for Mr. Hawk. May I ask it?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, here we go. All right, cool.
Okay, Mr. Hawk, this question comes from the user. It's me, Michaela. Don't use my name, please, because I don't want these guys to know I'm obsessed with them. Who writes,
Oh, geez.
what's worse, having an itchy butthole in public or having to fart in an elevator with one other person?
That's a good question.
Oh, okay. Obviously, the itching the butthole in public. I will fart around anyone. I don't give a shit. But I would be embarrassed by digging in my asshole in the middle of a grocery store.
That's a great question. That person's username was kind of strange though, but it's definitely not Michaela.
Yes, yeah. I mean, that's what they said.
Oh, let's see. Okay, all right. Kaz is going nuts in the private chat. He said he wants another shot to answer the question about the strangest place he shit. Let's see. Go ahead, Kaz. Just go and just say it.
I took a huge shit on Jelly Roll last weekend. It felt so good.
Okay.
Oh,
All right,
God.
whatever. Jesus Christ.
That's gross.
That is gross.
Again, another failed bit there, Kaz.
What
Like,
a
why
stupid.
did you... Sorry.
All right. So Kaz he has one required read. Here, let's see what this sounds like. I've no idea what he's about to say here. So we'll see what happens. Guys, go ahead.
I just want to tell the haters in the chat that my appearance is sponsored by my hit songs Peterborough Nights and Still Kaz.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Wow, good promotion, actually, Kaz.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, we don't do long shows because mainly we don't, we're just not that interesting. But this was a historic show, first off, because we did it without Kaz like being totally on board. We appreciate him for showing up. Thank you, Kaz. I want to thank Mr. Hawk. I want to thank Victoria, and if could not have been done without Rochi. I mean, Jesus Christ, Rochi.
Rochi's the best.
God, he's the best.
Honestly, I'm here in support of Kaz. I'm a little bit disappointed with
Make content without me.
Oh, shut up.
Well, Kaz, again, typical you, right? You have to make it about yourself, and you have to fuck around.
Mhm.
And frankly, sir, I'm a little bit disappointed, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, that's him. Whatever. Let's see. I guess Deepak, do you have a goodbye message or anything you want to say?
I just want to thank everyone for letting me be a part of Tosspot Radio. This has been the best show ever in the entire history of YouTube, and if we work together, it will take over everything and be so beautiful.
Oh, what a nice message.
Well, there you go. Shit. Wow.
Yeah, thanks.
Wish Kaz could be more like that, but Anyway, so we'll see what happens. I think I'm optimistic. The next episode we'll be back on the regular old channel with Kaz back in charge, and I think the sky's the limit. I think Kaz is he's going to turn the corner.
Fingers crossed.
All right.
I'm hoping the same. Turbs. I hope that Kaz. I mean, for example, right now he just promoted the single, so that's a change for a start. Yeah, onwards and upwards, hopefully.
Yep. All right, great. Well, anyway, thank you all for being here. We love you all. If does anyone wants to do any plugs, I'm sorry, this is really rude. Victoria, you plugging anything? Do you have like an Etsy account or something?
No, nothing.
Okay.
Just in support of Tosspot Radio.
Oh, beautiful. Ian, are you promoting anything?
Just chadzumacomedy.com, and good night and God bless.
Mm-hmm.
I hacked Turbs McGurk's account, you fucking faggot.
God, again? What the hell?
So you're the reason why it's not. There you go. I was going to say thank you to thank you to the producer who I can't pronounce his name. But of course, Kaz is stopping Turbs from ending the live stream.
I thought we were about to do a Kaz after hours show. Nice.
Yeah, that's befitting, actually, wouldn't it? Well, okay. Anyway, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get DDoS protection or what the fuck, whatever I need to do so guys can't do this next time. But anyway, thank you for everyone who watched. This is a historic show. It'll be clipped into a very tight, like, maybe 2 to 3 minute like sizzle reel, and it'll look like it was a really exciting, awesome show. So, we'll use the magic of post production to make it look good. So,
Fantastic.
thank you, everybody. All right. See you guys.
And Tosspot didn't say it, but go check out his Twitter, KM Mick.
Oh yeah, definitely KM Mick, and then I guess his professional account, Tosspot Radio. Check that out too. Okay, great. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.